The Riddle Stone, Part 1. Dad had pulled up some floorboards. "Hello," he said. "What's this?" Under the floor was a stone. It had some strange writing on it. Dad was going to throw the stone away, but Chip wanted to keep it. "Look at this," he said to Beth. "Do you think the writing is Chinese?" "I don't know," said Beth. Chip took the stone to school. He showed it to a boy called Home. "It is written in Chinese," said Home. "I can't read it, but my grandfather can." Home's grandfather always came after school to take Home home. Chip showed him the stone. "Yes, it is Chinese," said Home's grandfather. "It says, 'Do you mend?'" "What a strange question," said Beth. "It may be a riddle," said Home's grandfather. "See, the stone is broken. Maybe the answer is on the other half." Chip gave Home the stone to keep. He put it in his bag. "May Home come round to play with us?" asked Beth. "All right," said Home's grandfather. They went to play in Beth's room. "What is a riddle?" asked Chip. "It's a puzzle in words," said Home. "Here is a good riddle," said Home. "How do you spell hungry horse using only 4 letters?" "We don't know," said Beth. "It's easy," laughed Home. "MTGG." "Here's another riddle. What is this? The more it's dressed, the more it gets wet." Suddenly, the magic key began to glow. The magic took them to a rocky valley. 4 paths met. There was a signpost pointing 4 ways. Each way pointed to Riddle Mountain. A boy was sitting on a rock. "My name is Ty," he said. "I want to go to Riddle Mountain, but I don't know which path to take. I can't think of the answer to this riddle." The riddle was on a tall post. It said it's only one color, but it can grow. "Sticks to your feet wherever you go. There's in the sun, not in the rain. Never does harm, never feels pain." "The answer is shadow," said Home. "Look at the shadow of the post. It points up that path. That must be the way." "Are you sure?" asked Beth. "Yes, it's a riddle," said Ty. "Let's go." "It is hard to get to Riddle Mountain," said Ty. "It will be dangerous. I may never get there." "Then why do you have to go?" asked Beth. "I want to be the riddle maker," said Ty. "I have to get to Riddle Mountain. I have to answer all the riddles on the way. The last riddle is the hardest. No one has never found the answer." Suddenly, a huge giant stood in the way. "I hope he's friendly," said Chip. "Answer this riddle, and you can pass by," roared the giant. "Write down how much I weigh," he said. "But he must weigh tons," said Beth. "No, it's a riddle," said Home. "I can do it." He wrote down the answer. "Good luck in the land of riddles," said Giant. "What did you write down?" asked Chip. I wrote the words how much I weigh, said Home. It was not far to the top of the hill. Suddenly, a dragon stood in the way. I hope he's friendly, said Home. Look, said Beth. There are bubbles coming out of his mouth. The dragon spoke. Over there is Riddle Mountain, it said. You have a long way to go. Help, said Ty. The journey looks dangerous. Below was a black lake. Across the lake, the land was dry and rocky. Beyond, there was a deep river and dark forest. Far away was a tall, gray mountain. Huge bubbles came out of the dragon's jaws. Answer this riddle, it said. How many sides does a bubble have? That's easy, said Home. It has two. The inside and the outside, he said. Good, said the dragon. Now step inside the bubble. Home stepped into the bubble. It began to float away. Step into a bubble, yelled Home. They all stepped inside the bubbles and floated up and up. This is scary, said Beth. What if the bubbles pop? They floated on and on. At last, they began to float down to the black lake. I hope the bubbles don't pop here, yelled Chip. Then the bubbles popped and the children fell into the lake. Suddenly, a huge serpent rose out of the water. I don't like this in winter, said Beth. What is this? Said the serpent. The move is gets wet. It's easy, said Home. It's so tall. Good, said the serpent. Now climb on my back. The serpent swam across the lake. How do you know the answers to all these riddles, Home? Said Ty. I don't know, said Home. They just came to me. Goblins were waiting for the children. They pulled and picked them. Ouch, that hurt, said Chip. Ha, you won't answer the next riddle, said one of the goblins. The goblins put the children in a cage. One of the goblins stole the magic key. Oh no, said Beth. Now we can't get back from this adventure. The goblin's king spoke to them. Answer this, he said. How do you want to die? We don't want to die, said Chip. Home began to laugh. It's not funny, said Beth. We don't want to die. It's a riddle, said Home. Don't worry, I know the answer.